What's the challenge? Joe's No. This is not the time to be Joe's PH Games. This is not the time to be Joe's PH Games, because today I don't want to talk to you guys as Joe's PH Games. I want to talk to you as Joe. Joe, the person who, well, is behind the mask of Joe's PH Games. I don't want to play a character anymore. I want to be Joe. And for just this one video, I'm going to be Joe. Welcome to the Strip Down Challenge. Basically, the Strip Down Challenge is a challenge video that people have been doing on YouTube for a while now. And basically what it is you just get in front of a camera and talk for 10 minutes. And you don't edit that footage at all. You upload it as it is, so it's as raw as possible. So people can see it, like it's supposed to be seen. And if I mumble, if I try and say something that I cannot say in this video, or if I do say something which I shouldn't have said in this video, then it's all out there in the open. I don't care. Come at me, see if I care. Because today I want to be Joe. I don't want to be Joe's PH Games. So with that in mind, let's talk about things. Well, one thing I will tell you guys is the fact is, I've been struggling with this for a while, but I've just seen Chibi's her own version of this video, and she was talking about her disability. Yeah, I have the same disability. I have Asperger's syndrome too. I struggle to answer telephones. I behave like a child would most of the time. In fact, to tell you the truth, kids relate to me a hell of a lot more than adults relate to me. Like, I can have a conversation with an adult, and adults can just like, what the hell is he going on about? But a kid can understand me on so many different levels, and I can understand that kid on so many different levels. I mean, I'm in tune with like kids' TV shows and stuff like that. I understand what goes on in them, and it's really hard to do that. But I can't stand, there's other things that I can't do, like telephone calls. I can't stand telephone calls. I can't do them. I can't have them with anyone. If one of my friends or a member of my family is going to call me, I will pick up for them, and I will try and call them and talk to them if I need to. But other than that, I really am afraid of this thing. You know, this is my mobile phone right here. I'm afraid of this. I'm literally terrified of this thing. And if somebody calls me and I don't know who's on the other end of the phone, I run like miles. I cannot stand people when I'm talking to them on the phone. And people I meet for the first time, I can barely get a sentence out. Or if I'm not comfortable around you because I met you for the first time. During my times at, like for example, during my time at EGX this year, I met a lot of my friends. A few of my friends do have disabilities like me. I'm not going to name any names just in case, but, those friends, I met them, and I'm very happy I met them, but I barely could string two sentences together. And when I was trying to string sentences together, basically, I was trying to finish that sentence that I wanted to say, or finish that conversation as quickly as possible, because I was scared. I was literally scared of what was going to be said from my mouth, just in case I offended anyone, or just in case they were offended by something I did or said, or I could have been offended by what they did or said. I tried to make sure that if I say anything, my conversations end really, really quickly these days, because the fact is, I don't know what's going to happen. And so, the fact is, I get really, really scared. I'm not someone who can handle being, in conversations with people. It's just really hard. And it's been like that since I was a child, really. But to tell you the truth, I haven't really noticed. Well, I wasn't really noticing when I was a child, because apparently I was diagnosed when I was 7, but I didn't know it, and we weren't exactly sure until I was like 17, because then we went for tests. Then we went for a series of tests at my local hospital, which had a program to do that with. Yeah, they don't have this program anymore. That doesn't exist. This program, they did a series of tests, and basically they found out I have Asperger's syndrome. I also struggle from dyspraxia as well, which I don't even know what the hell that is. I would not know how to diagnose dyspraxia or tell you guys what it is, because the fact is, I don't know. I honestly don't know what dyspraxia is. There's other things I struggle with too, for example, spelling. If I'm trying to spell a word, I will always use a word or any of my word processing softwares to make sure that I know how to spell a word, but the fact is I cannot spell words most of the time. Lots and lots of words I cannot learn to spell, and I cannot get my head around certain words. It's just really hard. And there's a lot of other things too. I won't go into a lot of them because the fact is I feel like I would offend people if I did, but the fact is I really don't know if my disability is different from other people's disabilities. I don't know whether my disability is the same as other people's. I don't know too much about my own disability. I really don't know too much about Asperger's. But the fact is, I know there's a lot of people out there who have it, and I know the media, or at least in my opinion the media doesn't explain it as well as I want them to, because it affects people in different ways, and they show off one way which describes like one type of person with Asperger's, and that's not me. That one person they're describing with Asperger's is a completely different person than me, and it's really hard to explain because this person could have Asperger's and it could affect him this way, and then this other person could have Asperger's and it affects him a completely different way, but it's still the same thing. It's still Asperger's, and it's just really weird. I mean, the stuff I'd love to say, there's a lot of stuff I'd love to say about my life, and if I could like, for example, I get angry a lot, and I storm off. I'll tell you one time though. I'll tell you one little story. When I was 9 years old, I got in a little tiff at the school during an exam. And basically, I picked up one of my school's rubber chairs that we were sitting on during this exam, and I threw it at my head teacher. Yeah, I'm awful. I got suspended for 4 days for doing that. Frankly, it didn't hit him, but I got suspended for 4 days for even trying it. And to tell you the truth, I think I deserved it, really, because the fact is, I would never do that again this day. I would never pick up a chair and throw it at someone ever again. But the fact is, I was struggling with an exam. Exams are something I still struggle with to this day, and I will do anything I can to get out of an exam, because the fact is, I hate exams. I cannot do them. I'm so glad that in real life, there's no such thing as exams. There's no test to get onto YouTube. There's no test to do better at YouTube and get loads of subscribers, because that would be awful for me, because I just want to have fun. I just want to enjoy YouTube for what it is. And the way I started YouTube is just weird, because the fact is, I'd been watching videos since 2011 on YouTube and not doing anything with them. I had an email address which I watched videos through. I hadn't made a channel. So, to tell you the truth, I didn't make a channel for very long times, and then every time I did, I got a few videos in, did something incredibly stupid that I shouldn't have even done in the first place, and then I decided to get rid of the entire channel because I fucked up. And to tell you the truth, I really felt like that was going to be the entire way JosephGames was going to go, that I was going to fuck up again, and then I had to delete the entire channel. And I didn't. This time, I actually got it right. Lantern and Joe I got the system right. I got a few videos in. I learned to not say anything ever, and I got out of the conversations. So, for example, I've heard the Pokemon community is very toxic. I don't see it, because the fact is, I don't say anything. I barely have an image on Twitter. I barely have an image on YouTube, other than when I upload. I barely say anything. I don't comment on videos. I don't... I leave likes. I try and answer questions of the day when I can do, but the fact is, I don't do that a lot, because the fact is, I'm so shy. I want to say something, but I can't. I can't say anything, because just in case it offends someone or hurts someone, I have to restrict myself from saying things. I mean, there's a certain special someone on YouTube that I would like to say something to, but I can't say it, because the fact is, I'm afraid of what would happen if I did say it. So I'm not going to ever say it, and that is the way my life has to be. There are many girls I could have gone out with, all because the fact is, I want to say something, but I am end up not saying anything, and I know that it could offend them if I did say something, or we wouldn't be friends anymore if I did say something. It would be awkward. So I decided not to say anything. And to tell you the truth, I'm 27 years old. I'm never going to have a girl. I'm never going to have a chance to get another girlfriend ever again. Because the fact is, I know that if I say something to a girl that I like about the fact that I like them, it's never going to get me anywhere. Because the fact is, I'm scared, and I don't want to be scared anymore. I want to be fun. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy my life, however long it's going to be. Because the fact is, I'm a big person. Big people die quickly. I know that I'm like 20 and a half stone. I'm going to go and probably eat a load of pies after this because the fact is, when I'm upset, I comfort eat, and that's just who I am. I've never been able to stop that. I have a big appetite and I like food. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's not. I'm not body positive, and I don't want people to be body positive because the fact is, if you are, here's one thing I've understood from life. If you are too something, then you're gonna think to yourself that anyone who is, if you are a certain percentage of person, you're gonna think to yourself, this is the right thing. And most of the time, you're gonna be cocky about, you're gonna come back at someone and say that if they offended you, you're gonna be triggered by something someone said or something someone did. And it's, to tell you the truth, people are just jumping because there's a fence there and not looking where the fence actually is. It's because the fact is, most of the time you're not actually triggered. You're just saying you're triggered, even though there's no one trying to offend you here. They're just trying to say something that might be offensive, and they're trying to say it, but they're not actually meaning to say it. I mean, everything I say comes from a loving place. I try and make sure that I say stuff that doesn't offend people and can not be offensive to anyone, because the fact is, I don't want to hurt them. And if I do have to say something that could be considered offensive, I try and say like, hey, no offense, because I'm not trying to offend you. I'm trying to be nice, but I'm trying to say it in a way that could be deemed offensive, but it's not. Believe me, it's not. I'm trying to be nice here, and it's really hard to be nice. It's just really hard to be nice. It's one of the things I struggle with, because the fact is, I want to be employed. I'm annoyed that I have to stay on benefits. I don't like being on benefits. I really don't. Because I feel like less of a person. I feel like I don't contribute to society because I get my money in the post for doing absolutely nothing. Or what it seems like to me is absolutely nothing. But really, to you guys, it might seem like a hell of a lot more. And to my brother at Power Zone, it might seem... And to anyone who listens to Power Zone, it might seem a hell of a lot more. But the fact is, to me, it just seems like I do nothing for the entire week. And then I go to my show on Mondays to go and talk to my brother about stuff. And the fact is, I go and tell him what I've done this week. And it's nothing. I do nothing. I do absolutely nothing because I'm so scared. And one of the things I want to do is I want to get a job. I want to be employed. I really would love to work with computers and repair them. That's what I want to do for my life. That is my ideal dream job, to be in a place where I can repair computers. That is my thing. That is what I want to do. I'd also like to be able to do this as a dream job, but that's never going to happen. Believe me. Me being able to do Let's Plays or videos as an actual job where I'd be employed and someone could say, here's a load of money, you do this, and we'll just keep on paying you that same load of money, and then you keep on doing this. Because if that was to happen, then YouTube would become a job, and then it'd be a chore. It would be a struggle for me to actually even want to get up in the morning and make videos for you guys. Because I do this as a hobby, it's a pastime for me, and it's fun. If you made it into a job, it wouldn't be... I'd start thinking of ways to get out of it, because it would end up not being fun anymore, and I don't want it to be like that. I really love doing what I do, and to tell you the truth, I wouldn't have it any other way. I love YouTube, and I always love YouTube. I always have loved it. From the day one that I made of my first video to today, day 731. Yeah, 2 years later, I'm so happy to be here. I'm going to continue to be here for as long as I can be here. And if I have to go away from YouTube, note that it is very regretful that I had to do it. But, my schedules are going to change, especially over 2016 with me going on this course in Birkenhead. With this course going on in Birkenhead, I'm going to have to go away from YouTube or produce less content, but still try and produce content for you guys, because the fact is, I want to produce content for you, and even if it's just a battle from the PDK every week and a team prep video, because that's all I can afford to do, because that's all I have the time to do, then please just enjoy it for what it is, and hopefully one day I'll have more time to actually get at least one episode of whatever Let's Play I'm trying to do at that time. Because in 2016, there's so many ideas I've had for this channel, and in 2016, there's so many ideas I've had for JosephGames too, and there's so many ideas I have for Skyloft too. I really want to do a lot of things for Skyloft and have Skyloft be one of the benefactors of the success. I really want Skyloft to succeed. I love having Skyloft, because the fact is, it's not just me. It's a group of my friends. It's not just me. It's Nick. It's Beck. It's Chibi. It's Lyrex. It's Friv. It's everyone that I know and love in one place. It's not just me. I mean, I love me, but I'm Joe. But if you add Chibi, you add Beck, you add Friv, you add Rex, you add Nick, that is Skyloft. And hell, you can add Butters too, but that is Skyloft. That is the best physical community on YouTube, and to expand that to the group of friends that I have met through having a channel on YouTube. We mean Jordan, Hawker, Zaraphobia, Brendan, Dancing Ella Kid. These guys are some of my best friends in the world, and some of the people I have met through something that I just don't even understand how I've even met them, because I don't even understand the internet. But it's here, it's amazing. Social networking is just something that seems to be either really, really good or really, really bad. Because if you can get on with the people you love, that's great. But if you go into someone else's area of social networking and they see a lot of hate, and then they want to direct that hate back at you, it gets really bad, and then people start thinking about quitting social media. And then there's people who are cocky and pretentious who think to themselves, hey, I got 1,000 followers today. If I don't get 1,000 followers tomorrow, I'm going to be really upset with myself. Don't be. Be happy the fact that you got followers. Be happy the fact that you are you are supplying people with enjoyment, whether it's through a tweet, or whether it's through a vlog, or whether it's through an image that you've drawn, or whether it's through anything else. Just be happy with who you are and the fact that you are supplying somebody out there with enjoyment. Because the fact is, you never know what that other person is going through. They may have had a really troubling day, and your content, whatever it is, has maybe cheered them up. Maybe it's cheered them up a bit too much, but maybe it's cheered them up. Maybe they were going to do something really, really bad, but the fact is, it's made them think about it, and it's made them react, and they're happy now. And it's because of you that they are happy. So just take that as it is, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please, you don't have to leave likes. I don't even want you to leave likes on this video. If you want to leave a dislike, that's fine too. But I don't even want you to do that. I want you to just comment. That's all I want you to do with this video. Just comment. Just let me know how you feel. And just say, if you've never talked in my chat before, if you've never said anything, welcome to the JosephGames community. We are nice people here. We try and be a community of nice people who talk nicely to people. We don't want to offend. We try not to offend anyone, because we know what could happen if we did. We are the nice area of the Pokemon community. If I could spread the nice area of the Pokemon community, or my nice area of the Pokemon community, to the whole Pokemon community on YouTube, and, you know, wrap it in some kind of big blanket, and then the whole Pokemon community becomes nice, that would be just awesome. But sadly, it can never be that way. I'm JosephGames, aka Joe, and I'm out. See you again.